Welcome back to FS25 here on Riverbend Springs. So we are now in October. Like I said, I did the 2 cuts for the year. This is the last one. Just picking up the bales now that I just finished wrapping. So as you can see, you have a contract going, and we have quite a bit of money. I kind of decided, I think I mentioned this last time, with my small screw up with the it's not small, it's a pretty large screw up with the cows not being able to produce milk and having to pivot a little bit. I just decided to, push things along a little bit while I'm doing work on my farm and do some contracts. So that's why we have some contracts going. This will be the last one of the month because I'm almost done with field work here. But yeah, I think that'll help us move to get in the next field a little bit better. So when it comes to the cows, I've been doing some thinking and a little bit of research. I think I mentioned I was going to feed them grass. I am not going to do that because I guess the price of the cow is determined by what food they're given. So I am going to just feed all the cows silage. And I'm going to buy only the... Oh, hold on. There we go. I'm going to buy only the, like the limousine and the Angus cows from now on. Just because they end up getting to a higher price. So since they don't produce milk, they are pretty much just for breeding. They start at a higher price to buy, but they also get to a higher price to sell off. So I will sell off the dairy cows for now, because I think it'll be quite a while before I get to the point where I can build something to make milk again. So there's no point in keeping them and having the price go down and them not producing anything. So it's kind of like just a waste of space to have them there. So they are moving along pretty well. So this is the cow pasture. I have just the Angus in here. I'm going to keep them separate just because. But I bought, so these were the first 5 that I bought, and then I bought 2 months ago, I bought 5 more, and then this month I bought 5 more. I think I'm going to stop there and just let them reproduce on their own. Since that pasture only holds 25, I'm at 15. Doesn't make sense to really fill it up and then not have a continual flow going. So, and then when it comes to the other cow barn, I did buy a few limousines a month ago, so I'm going to wait a few months and buy probably 5 more, and then a few months, 5 more. Kind of keep it at that. Maybe I'll buy a few more for this one because it can hold more. I think like 73 cows or something like that. So yeah, I could definitely hold more. So I am going to get some feed silage to these. So these guys are at 25 months. They should be reproducing soon. They're at 80% reproduction. So I say guys, girls, because they're girls. But yeah, I can sell them off probably around 38 months or something like that. Might not be the highest price, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till when they reproduce, since they're going to obviously reproduce and create milk cows. I'm just going to sell the cows the calves, essentially. Since I want to temporarily switch to just a beef operation and get rid of all the dairy cows. So once they reproduce, I will sell those. I will wait till they reproduce again, sell those off, and then sell the main cows off. And then once I get closer to being able to buy, nope, I'm full. Once I get closer to being able to build a new barn that they can actually make milk in, I will buy some back and start, let them grow up and all that. So that's the kind of long-term plan with that. Like I said, it was definitely my mistake. I should have noticed. I can't do it this way. I should have noticed what I was doing. I don't know how the soccer ball got up in there. That's funny. Or maybe that's a... I was thinking maybe it was a, one of the collectibles. I don't know. Let's see if I can put this over here. Do some climbing. That did not work. Oh, I'll worry about it later. Yeah, so I think for now we're just gonna do some beef cows and that will be perfectly fine. I mean, they do make money. They don't make as much money, but they definitely do make some money, so you should still be good. And feeding them, I mean, they do eat a lot of food the more they grow up, but we have plenty of silage that we're making on the farm, and I think I haven't actually done the math, but I'm hoping that the amount of silage, you know, cost loss that we get for feeding them. Speaking of, I'm going to go pick up some silage for feed, and then I want to sell some stuff too. But I hope the loss of silage costs for feeding them is, you know, overdone by selling the cows off, if that makes sense. So hopefully the price that I sell them at will cost more than, you know, what I could have gotten in the amount of silage it took to feed them. I'm pretty sure it should be good, but I guess we only have, yeah, we only have 8 bales. So, okay. So I'm gonna go to the big barn. Right now there's grass in the small one. I'm gonna switch over to silage here, probably in a few months as they eat up the grass that's in there, and then replace it with silage. Because I think I mentioned this, but the productivity goes down if they only eat grass and they don't get sold for the same price. So I want to make sure I, you know, get at least 80% of the price. Alright, so let's transport, unload. That should fill up. Oh, unload here. Yep. Cool. So these silage bales have less silage in them, but I'm going to take them up and sell them off anyways. Because we have plenty of bales in the storage that we can use for feed. So, and that barn's not going to run out anytime soon. Yeah, and the unfortunate thing is I got this cultivating. I forgot I took the contract until just recently. So it only just started. So even though I only like to do them while I'm doing stuff on my farm, at least for now, I am going to have to wait for that to finish before I skip ahead. So it's a little unfortunate, but not the worst. So yeah, we're at 37,000 now. I believe. What do we want? Check quick. Yep, 157. So, you know, we have quite a bit to go, but I think it'll work out. We'll get there in hopefully a year or so. Once the cows start getting to the age, I think it'll be pretty good. Yeah, so there was not much silage in those. That's fine. Only 3,300. But the good news with all this money is I can at least pay back some of the loan, and more substantially than I've done in the past. Usually I'm only paying 5 or 10,000. This should actually lower it quite a bit more. There we go. Yep, we're down 460. Oh, did I? Yeah. Math. For some reason I was thinking I had already paid some back, but no. So yeah, I think sometime in the future, these fields over here might be ours. I think this is the most natural place to expand to. Let me pull up the map here quick. I mean, I could go and get that field 91, but I don't like having to drive across the river to do all that. So yeah, I think like 8, 6 through 9 over there would be good. Maybe 10. It's a pretty small field, but I don't think we'll need too much more than that for what we're planning. We're not looking to create like a huge farm on this save. I do kind of want to do that at some point. I know I have 2 series going right now. I think I'm only going to keep 2 at a time. So once this one ends, I might start up another one, maybe on this map, maybe another map. At some point, I want to do a buy the map series. Oh, I forgot a few. There's a few bales up there, I forgot. But yeah, I want to do like a buy the map series. I don't think it'll be this map. I feel like this would be an overwhelming map to have to buy everything for, but who knows? I have to look around the mod hub and see if I find a good map that fits that. It would definitely be one where I'm not starting from nothing, because I feel like that would just take forever. I actually still have a game playthrough on FS25 on my Xbox that I am doing that with, and still occasionally play it even now, even though it's the old game, just because that's what I did. I did like a 0 to hero where I had nothing and just did contracts for the first year, and now I'm trying to get to the point of buying the whole map. And yeah, it's got a lot of hours in it, over 100 hours at this point, and I'm just finally starting to get to the point where I'm almost able to buy cows, which was like a huge moment for some things. So anyways, that's kind of side point, but I don't want to really do that with that, buy the map series. I want to start with kind of like I did with the pig series, like a decent amount of money to get going and start making money quick. And then hopefully that'll make it a little less painful going through. So, all right. So I think we are good for the month. Obviously, except for the cultivating contract. He's moving along. Good there. So, yeah, I will let this go, and I will bring you back when we are fast forwarding. We will continue on. All right, we're back. Cultivating almost finished. I took a bale wrapping job while waiting for it to be finished. It's pretty good money on this one too. It's like $8 grand or something like that. So, yeah. Might as well push forward with a little bit of extra cash while we're, doing contracts and stuff. And then we will go to the next month. Or next few months, really, because grass won't grow anymore. Oh, I did forget to check. See if we need to fertilize. Yeah, we do. So we're going to have to fertilize sometime over the winter. Which is fine. We have enough fertilizer. We don't really use that much. Probably only use like 500 or 600 every time we fertilize, so it's not too bad at all. Right, I think this is the last one. This was right next to the store. That's why I didn't use my own bale wrapper. I just figured it'd be easier just to use this real quick. Alright, that's done. Let me jump in here and finish this guy off. It'll probably be a little faster if I do it. This contract, I think, is paying about 8. Oh, 7. So this gets us 7,100. That's pretty good. That'll probably get us like 6,400, something like that. After the leasing costs, it's not too bad. Oh, and the slow bit uphill. Only need 50%. 1%. Perfect. Finish that off. Up over here, and let's skip ahead. I think the cows are all good. They all have food. Yep. Grandpa's still sitting over here staring at me. How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. We're good. We don't need to chat. I've got stuff to do. I've got silage to sell at some point. So now we're into November. Let's check the used. I don't really ever expect to see something on there, but you know, it's trying to make it a habit to check because you never know when something pops up. Oh, I just noticed. I did not turn on the lights. They turned on themselves. I have a small mod that turns the lights on and off, I think. Just because when it gets, I don't know, I don't like having to press the buttons to turn the lights on. It's a very small add-on that I did, but let's go ahead and get these fields fertilized. And while we're doing that, we can check on the cows. We might need to get some water in the one barn. Not the barn, the pasture. Set the cruise control and let's check. So yeah, they still have total food. I had a few bales sitting over there, so that's not surprising. These guys are growing up pretty good. They should be eating some more food as things go along too. And water is only about halfway. So these guys are good. These guys are almost reproducing. It's very exciting. I think next month we're going to have some more cows, which I will immediately sell off, like I mentioned before. Oh, I must have accidentally put some grass in there at some point. Okay, let's check this. Okay, we're still doing it. It's a little bit overlapping, but it's fine. Like I said, we don't use that much fertilizer. It goes down real slow, so I'm not too worried about making it the most optimal. Oh, and I forgot to pay that down. Extra 10 grand. How much did that save us last month? Okay, so 133. So I think it'll be down another 33, so it'll be 166. We're saving every month currently with the money that we have. Every little bit helps. Of course, I say that right after I say I'm not optimizing the fertilizing, but think that makes it bigger. Oh, and then I miss a spot. So I'd rather make sure everything's fertilized because that makes us more money than, you know, what we're losing in fertilizer. Yeah, that should be good. So yeah, I think the cows are good for now. Like I said, when they reproduce, I will sell off the calves just because, you know, again, I'm trying to get rid of the milk cows. And I want to get rid of them right away so I don't have to, so they don't eat any food, you know, any food that they eat, even though it'll be very minimal for first few months. You know, it's still part of my profits, so. Maybe 2 more passes. Check, make sure I'm... Oh, no, I accidentally started a worker. Don't want that. Alright, we're good here. Probably 1 more pass. So yeah, just thinking out loud. I know I've talked about it before. Just thinking out loud about the plan. Obviously, as we know, that field over there, that's first on the list. I think a tractor is probably second. And then maybe some more fields. So if I can get some more fields, especially the really big ones, I think that'll allow me to sacrifice, I think it's field 5, the one on the far end. I think I'm gonna make that, just checking, yeah, I want to make that field into, I want to put the goats and the sheep there. Probably the sheep, you know, I'll just nix the whole field will be gone essentially, maybe even part of this field. With some space in between, of course. Probably get rid of that cow pasture over there. I'm not sure. I have to think about it. But I want to have at least 1 barn of cows. This is future looking. 1 barn of cows, 1 barn of goats, and 1 barn of sheep. In this space, let's go ahead and look at this. So, assuming this is not here, this is all usable, and this is not here in the future. I could put a cow barn here and have the thing go back out that way, the fence. That should give me room here for, let's actually look at that. So cow barn. Nope. Okay. So it's between this one, and this one. Don't want the feeding robot. That was 96. I really want a big one. How big is the... There's the fence. Yeah. So I could do... Yeah, it's a little, the slope is a little off, so that'll be interesting. You can see where the fence is. So I would put it around here-ish. Build my own fence to go as far back as I can. Get a little extra. See how it might go into this field a little bit because I want to leave some room for the road, of course. So about there. And then if I go up here, I would definitely get the bigger one. Oh, much smaller. Okay, that is good news. So I could put 1 here, maybe the goats here. Build the pen bigger. Then I could put the sheep here. So even that cow one, I could probably back up a little bit and make it even bigger. Or I can put it like this way and make it most of the field for meadow grass and stuff like that. Of course, the meadow grass doesn't make a difference for the cows. It will make a difference for the sheep, actually, because they don't care if it's grass or hay or whatever. So that'd be good. I could probably make a bigger fence for the sheep. So yeah. So this is pretty small. I like that. That'll be and it's only 97,000, so I think that's definitely doable. But I don't want to sacrifice this grass field until I at least get 2 more fields, or at the very least the next field. But you know, I want to keep as much silage coming in as possible so we can get you know, through this. Actually not. Oh, that must be why I take the flashlight out when I go to sleep, because I have the automatic lights turned on. I didn't think of that. But yeah, anyways, yeah. I want to try to make as much money from silage as possible, so. Alright, let's skip ahead. And we're pretty much just going to be skipping ahead till grass is done. Or until we can sell silage. Train's coming. Okay, excess animals sold. Did you see that? It was in the top right. It was $2,400. I don't know how many cows that was, but let's go ahead and look at. Actually, let me just go to the. Over here. What's it? All right. Nope, not this one. This one. Okay, so I could sell from here. There's a fee to have them picked up, but obviously the cow barn is full because, you know, 25 times 25 is, or not times, plus it's 50, and we have too many. So it's sold off 12, and I got $2,400 for it. Pretty good. What I'm curious to see is when I sell these 13 cows by transporting them, I don't know if the price you get is, you know, like the excess animal mod is the one I'm talking about. I don't know if the price they sell them off is the price that if you transported them yourself or if you paid the fee. So let's see a comparison. And actually I could probably check my handy dandy flashlight on so I could see. So how much were they selling for? So the 0-month ones selling for 110 with a fee of 50, which is not great. 60 total. What's that? 60 times 10 would be $600. Yeah, so 110 times 10. I'm not sure what they. I got $2,400 for sold animals. Doesn't seem to add up. Only sold 12 off. The unfortunate thing is this will take 3 trips. Because I can only hold 6. But I did take the right ones, right? Yep, still got 25. So just to save a trip, I am going to lose money on one. I'm going to sell 1 cow. $60. Because I don't want to make a whole trip just for 1. So, so what we'll do is we'll see what this amount is and see how it adds up. And actually, we are at time, so I'm going to bring you back in the next episode. We're going to sell these cows off and continue along. But thanks for watching, and I hope you join me again next time. Have a good one.